Alex was an 11-year-old boy with a boundless curiosity and a knack for solving puzzles. He lived in a small town called Millville, where nothing much ever happened. His parents were scientists, always busy with their research, and Alex often found himself exploring their home laboratory when they weren't around. One rainy afternoon, Alex was poking around the lab, examining beakers and test tubes, when he noticed something unusual. On a dusty shelf, tucked behind a stack of old books, was a peculiar-looking watch. It was unlike any watch Alex had ever seen. The face was adorned with strange symbols, and the hands seemed to move erratically. Intrigued, Alex picked up the watch and turned it over in his hands. There was an inscription on the back that read, Tempus Edax Rerum, which Alex recognized from his Latin lessons as Time, Devourer of all things. He felt a shiver of excitement. This watch seemed special, perhaps even magical. Without thinking much of the consequences, Alex strapped the watch onto his wrist. As soon as he did, the symbols on the watch face began to glow, and the hands started spinning wildly. Before he could react, there was a bright flash of light, and the world around him blurred and twisted. When the light faded, Alex found himself standing in the middle of a dense forest. The rain had stopped, and the sun was shining through the canopy of trees. He looked around in bewilderment, trying to make sense of what had just happened. "Where am I?" he muttered to himself. He checked the watch, but it had stopped glowing and now looked like an ordinary, albeit strange, timepiece. Realizing he needed to find out where he was, Alex started walking, hoping to find some sign of civilization. After what felt like hours of wandering through the forest, Alex stumbled upon a dirt path. Relieved to have found some semblance of a trail, he followed it until he reached a clearing. There, he saw a small village with thatched-roof cottages and people dressed in old-fashioned clothing. It looked like something out of a history book. As he walked into the village, Alex noticed the villagers staring at him curiously. He felt out of place in his modern clothes, but he tried to act natural. He approached an elderly man who was sitting on a bench, whittling a piece of wood. "Excuse me, sir," Alex said politely. "Can you tell me where I am?" The man looked up, his eyes narrowing as he studied Alex. "You're in the village of Greenwood, lad. But where did you come from, dressed like that?" Alex hesitated, unsure of how to explain his situation. I'm from a place far away," he said finally. "I'm looking for a way to get back home." The old man nodded slowly, as if he understood more than he let on. "Well, Greenwood is a safe place, but if you're looking to get back to where you came from, you might want to talk to the village wise woman, Alara. She lives at the edge of the forest, in a cottage with a blue door." "Thank you," Alex said gratefully. "I'll go find her." Following the man's directions, Alex made his way to the edge of the forest and found the cottage with the blue door. He knocked, and a moment later, the door creaked open to reveal a kindly woman with silver hair and piercing blue eyes. "Hello, young traveler," Alara said with a warm smile. "I've been expecting you." Alex blinked in surprise. "You have?" Alara nodded. "Time has a way of guiding those in need to the right place. Come in, and let's see if we can help you find your way back." Inside the cottage, Elara led Alex to a cozy sitting area filled with strange artifacts and books. She gestured for him to sit down and offered him a cup of herbal tea. "Now, tell me how you came to be here," she said gently. Alex explained everything, how he had found the watch in his parents' lab, the strange symbols, and the sudden flash of light that had transported him to the past. Elara listened attentively, her expression thoughtful. "The watch you found is a very powerful artifact," she said when he finished. "It has the ability to travel through time, but it is not easily controlled. It seems you have activated it by accident." Alex glanced at the watch on his wrist. "Is there a way to control it? To get back to my own time?" Elara nodded. "Yes, but it requires great concentration and an understanding of the watch's mechanisms. I can teach you, but it will take some time." Grateful for her help, Alex agreed to stay with Elara and learn how to control the watch. Over the next few days, she taught him about the nature of time, how it flowed like a river, and how the watch could navigate its currents. She showed him how to read the symbols on the watch face and how to focus his mind to guide its power. As Alex practiced, he grew more confident in his ability to control the watch. He also grew fond of the village and its people, who welcomed him warmly and shared their stories and customs with him. He made friends with the village children, who were fascinated by his tales of the future and the strange gadgets he carried. One evening, as Alex and Elara were sitting by the fire, she handed him a small, leather-bound book. "This is a journal," she said. "It belongs to another traveler who used the watch many years ago. His experiences may help you understand the watch better." Alex accepted the journal gratefully and began to read. The entries were filled with accounts of different times and places the traveler had visited, along with detailed notes on how to use the watch effectively. It was a treasure trove of knowledge, and Alex absorbed every word. With Elara's guidance and the insights from the journal, Alex felt ready to attempt a controlled time jump. He decided to test his skills by traveling to a different time period before returning to his own. "I think I'm ready," he told Elara one morning. "But I want to try visiting another time first, just to make sure I can control the watch." Elara smiled. "Very well. Where do you wish to go?" Alex thought for a moment. "I'd like to visit the future, to see what happens after my own time." Elara nodded. "Focus on the time you wish to visit and let the watch guide you. Remember to concentrate and stay calm." Taking a deep breath, Alex closed his eyes and focused on the future. He felt the watch grow warm on his wrist, and the symbols began to glow. There was a familiar flash of light, and when he opened his eyes, he found himself in a bustling city filled with towering skyscrapers and advanced technology. The streets were filled with people wearing sleek, futuristic clothing, and hover cars zipped through the air above. Alex marveled at the sight, feeling like he had stepped into a science fiction movie. He spent hours exploring the city, fascinated by the advancements and innovations he saw. As the sun began to set, Alex decided it was time to return to the present. He found a quiet spot in a park and focused on his own time. The watch responded, and with another flash of light, he was back in Elara's cottage. "I did it," he exclaimed, feeling a surge of triumph. "I visited the future and made it back safely." Alara beamed with pride. Well done, Alex. You have mastered the watch's power. Now you can return to your own time whenever you're ready. Although he had enjoyed his time in Greenwood, Alex knew it was time to go home. He thanked Alara for her guidance and the villagers for their hospitality, promising to remember them always. As he prepared to leave, Alara handed him a small, intricately carved wooden box. "Take this with you," she said. "It contains a piece of Greenwood's magic. May it serve you well on your future adventures." With a final farewell, Alex activated the watch and focused on returning home. The familiar flash of light enveloped him, and when it faded, he found himself back in his parents' lab. Everything was just as he had left it, as if no time had passed at all. Excited to share his adventure, Alex ran to find his parents. He told them everything: the watch, the time travel, and the village of Greenwood. At first, they were skeptical, but when he showed them the journal and the wooden box from Alara, they believed him. "This is incredible, Alex," his father said, examining the watch. "You have discovered something truly remarkable." His mother hugged him tightly. "We're so proud of you, Alex. You've shown great bravery and intelligence." As the days passed, Alex couldn't stop thinking about his adventure and the possibilities the watch held. He knew he had only scratched the surface of its potential. With his parents' encouragement, he decided to continue exploring, using the watch to visit different times and places. He kept a journal of his own, documenting his travels and the lessons he learned. Each entry was filled with wonder and excitement, as he uncovered the secrets of history and glimpsed the possibilities of the future. Alex's time travel adventures became a lifelong passion, and he dedicated himself to understanding the mysteries of the watch and the nature of time itself. He knew that there were countless worlds to explore and stories to uncover, and he was determined to discover them all. With each new adventure, Alex's curiosity and sense of wonder grew, and he realized that the true magic of the watch wasn't just in its ability to travel through time, but in the endless possibilities and discoveries that awaited him. And so, Alex's journey continued, fueled by his insatiable curiosity and the knowledge that, with the watch on his wrist, there were no limits to where he could go or what he could achieve.